remove your caps. Again, for the playing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's go racing once again. Good afternoon and welcome to the Ocala Grand Prix race number 3 here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. Glad everybody out there ready to go racing. We roll into our afternoon here. There'll be kid karts. They will be up first. And it'll be kid karts. And again, kid karts will go 5 laps. All finals will be 16 laps.
Still up front, right?
And all our kid kart drivers, ages 5 to 7, stars of tomorrow with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Arlo Junko in the number 1, Elias Freeberry in the number 5, and Blanker will be in the number 6, Jordan Hepner in the number 7, Brian Henry in the number 12, Art Honori in the number 27, Admiral Ramirez in the 28, Jackson Roner in the 54, Trevor Oakman in the 62. All of our drivers here, ages 5 to 7, kit kart drivers, as they work their way around. Special thanks to all of our sponsors here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Great folks at Anderson Race Park. We just came from there last month and seen some great racing down there at Anderson. Of course, race driver training programs, team building, group event planning. Just visit them online at AndersonRacePark.com. That's AndersonRacePark.com. Special thanks to George and all the folks here at the Ocala Grand Prix, your official Tony Kart distributor. Of course, have the corporate events, great for team building, private parties, an exciting time for you and your friends. Build a need of speed right here at Ocala Grand Prix. Visit them online at OcalaGrandPrix.com. I want to thank the folks at AAA Sod and Supply. It's that time of year. You get ready for some new sod, maybe some new tree work, or whatever it is. Make a AAA Sod and Supply. Give them a call at 561-968-5105 or visit them online at aaaSodandSupply.com. That's special thanks to Divine Design, embroidery, silkscreen, airbrush, and glass etching, signs, whatever needs are. Again, that is Divine Design. Give them a call 239-462-3803. Special thanks to Go Designs. We are your source for website design and graphics. Over 20 years of experience in the karting community. You can check us out online. Get all the information you need to build that website at godesigns.us. Special thanks to Pastor Todd Shawn. Again, ontrackministry.com. Visit Pastor's website and get on his e-newsletter and get some great stories, letters from him both and his wife Lisa. Special thanks to tsracing.com. If you need any kind of go-kart parts, it's TS Racing. They've got it all. And they got a big warehouse, big shopping showroom. You visit them online at tsracing.com. Homestead Karting got the Arrive and Drive program. Looking for that unique experience for your next corporate retreat? Well, make it right there at Homestead Karting. Visit them online at homesteadkarting.net. Special thanks to K2 Trophies and Awards for all of your trophy needs, including racing, baseball, football, golf, fishing, corporate awards. You need medals, plaques, ribbons, pins, they've got them all right there at K2 Trophies and Awards. Visit them online at k2trophiesawards.com. And thanking the folks out at Monticello Karting, they've got the private events out there and a huge track right around a mile long. And again, just a great facility up there in Monticello. We'll make it a stop up there in the 2011 season for the Florida Karting Championship Series. I want to thank the folks at North Florida Kart Club. We feature club racing with many classes to choose from, including shifter, Yamaha Junior Super Can, Yamaha Sportsman, Cadet, Box Stock, and much, much more. Visit us online at nfkc.us. Again, I want to thank the great folks at Race Sport Karting. Again, karting sales, service, support, and rental, all available. And you can visit them online at race-sport.net. Again, it is race-sport.net. Special thanks to Cal Developments. Jump on board here in the 2011 season. The company specializes in construction of new banking facilities, interior build-outs, renovations, and new construction of custom-built homes. Visit them online at caldevelopment.com. I want to thank the folks at Speedcom Communications, racing radio systems, receivers. They got a great lineup there. Check them out at speedcomracing.com, speedcomracing.com. Also want to thank the folks at DPI Superstore for all of your racing needs, clutches, engine mounts, gauges, whatever it is. You can visit them out there online at dpisuperstore.com. Want to welcome in Vortex Engines for the 2011 season. Visit them online at vortex-engines.com. Take a look at all their engines. Again, Vortex Engines. Visit them online at vortex-engines.com. Special thanks to Harvest Motorsports, aboard with us here in the 2011 season. Also want to thank the folks at racecomplex.com. RS Repairs Incorporated, Roken Racing. Give them a call, 239-770-4476. Also, PolTechSpeed.com. Want to welcome those folks. Go to the website. That's PolTechSpeed.com. Riser Racing, Rudy, visit them online at riserracing.com or give them a call, 305-687-8711. Also want to thank AM Sports. Visit them online at amisports.com. Of course, special thanks to Connery Concrete helping us out here in the 2011 season. So again, special thanks to all those folks. And stop by Perazino Chassis Jig right there by the restroom area there. You see the entrance to the backside there. They got a stand right there. If you got a chassis and maybe a little bent, maybe need straightening out or just a tune-up, stop back there, Perazino Chassis Jig, and they'll get you all fixed up. Absolutely free, no charge. Get you checked out there again. If you got a chassis, maybe a little bent, maybe a tune-up, stop back there, and Perazino will help you out in your chassis, get that thing straightened out. So kid cards continue to work their way around as we'll get set for our finals here in just a couple minutes. And we got that program Mazda Road to Indy Scouting Combine prize and a great deal for drivers ages 15 to 21. Of course, they'll be running in the tag and road tag senior, or they are eligible. And the Mazda Road to Indy Scouting Combine will be held November 28th through the 30th at Anderson Race Park right there in Palmetto. You have a top driver from the grassroots racing series such as the World Karting Association, Superkarts, USA, International Karting Federation, and much, much more. The opportunity to drive a USF 2000 car in the 2011 St. Pete Grand Prix, so that'll be kind of a neat thing there. Those drivers on tag and senior class are available. More details on the website, FLKSprintSeries.com. So about ready to go. Your final of the afternoon. This will be your 16-lap final as your box stock senior Joey Miller. Boy, Joey starting this weekend as your points leader, dominated both events down at Homestead and at Anderson Race Park. And he's sitting on the pole position, won that pre-final by well over 6.4 seconds. Patrick O'Neill starting second in number 2. Starting third will be Brad Farmer in the 27. Fourth, it'll be Frankie Lloyd in the number 16. Starting fifth, the 0, Tom Smith. Sixth, it'll be Randy Ballmer. Randy in the number 76. And DeSanti will be starting seventh in the number 55. Jeff Maxson starting eighth. Paul Cook ninth. Scheduled out Michael Lloyd and Brandon Wells running out your 11th position. So field rolling out. It'll be 16 laps. We're ready to go. Joey Miller on the pole position. Box stock senior. Again, Joey picking up the win in the pre-final. Set fast time earlier this morning. Outside Patrick O'Neill. Patrick had a pretty good run in that pre-final, coming home second. Sitting third, Jacksonville driver, teammate of Patrick O'Neill. That'll be Brad Farmer. Fourth, it'll be Lloyd. Fifth, it'll be Smith. Sixth, it'll be Randy Ballmer. Seventh, DeSanti in the 55. Jeff Maxson starting eighth. Paul Cook ninth. Michael Lloyd scheduled 10th. Brandon Wells scheduled in at 11th position. So Billy gonna look him over. We're ready to go. Your first final of the day. Joey Miller gonna take the field into turn number 2 as your leader. And Joey has dominated early on in the first 2 races. Whipped him up down at Homestead and had a great run at Anderson. And right now he's up front as he takes the field into the hairpin turn for the first time. 16 lap. Box stock senior. Single file as they work their way into the chicane for the very first time. Our box stock senior will be going 16 laps. Joey Miller going to lead them down the front stretch. He'll cycle around for the first time. So Joey Miller up front. O'Neill running second. Farmer going to drop back 1 position as he watches Frankie Lloyd clear him. So Frankie Lloyd now third. Farmer fourth. Fifth, it'll be Smith as they work their way through the chicane. Off the tree turn. And Joey Miller in his race, he set fast time with a 42.360 in that pre-final. Again, he set fast time earlier this morning. Right now, he's up. Neal now going to challenge for that second spot. Again, he's side by side with Frankie Lloyd. Boy, Frankie Lloyd already got around Farmer. Now he's working on Farmer's teammate, O'Neill. Boy, they're still side by side coming off that tree turn. And that'll tighten things up between O'Neill along with Lloyd and Brad Farmer. Second, third, and fourth pretty well bunched up through the hairpin turn as they come into turn 6. Meantime, Joey Miller adding to that lead. 1.5 second lead. Checks off the chicane. And Joey Miller setting fast time right 3, turned to 42.520. Right now he's got a 2.5 second lead. Boy, some heavy traffic here mid-pack. Michael Lloyd in the number 18. Randy Ballmer all mixing it up with Tom Smith. Tom in the 0. Joey Miller right now, fast time 42.520. Really no big surprise for Joey Miller again, your current points leader. Joey exits off the chicane. There's Joey Miller now coming off that turn number 8. He'll run down that long straightaway. There's Joey Miller heading down into turn number 1. Patrick O'Neill's got his hands full with Frankie Lloyd. Good little nose-to-tail battle on the entry to turn number 1. Farmer running 4th, 5th. It'll be the number 23 of Wells. Right behind him, it'll be Smith, Michael Lloyd, Balmer, Cook, and descending Maxon running. So Patrick O'Neill about 3.5 seconds behind your leader. Just a little bit over that now as your leader comes into that chicane.
Confirm. Card number 1, DQ, no phone leader.
There's your leader now coming into turn at number 1. Joey Miller opening up that gap. 4.1 second lead over Patrick O'Neill. Lloyd running 3rd, 4th. It'll be Farmer. Brandon Wells in the top 5 as Wells checks off turn number 2. The rest of traffic really stretching out. The only battle really now is that 2nd place position as Frankie Lloyd keeps the heat on O'Neill as they come off that hairpin turn. And Joey Miller turning fast lap in lap number 3, 42.520. Really a 4.1 second lead. Again, Joey Miller really repeating what he did down at Anderson as he ripped the field at Anderson, did the same thing in race number 1 at Homestead. And right now, he should tend to hold on to the top position, well over 4.7 second lead for Joey Miller. Frankie Lloyd trying to get around Patrick O'Neill. And going to hold them off. Patrick trying to get himself a podium finish as they work through the hairpin turn. Brad Farmer slightly fading back. He's about 1 7/10 of a second behind 3rd place running Frankie Lloyd. So Farmer out of the top spot. So Miller crossing the line, 7 laps complete. 4.8 second lead over O'Neill. That little battle for second starting to separate there. As O'Neill a little bit of breathing room now as he heads into that tree turn. Well, Lloyd stayed on him pretty much their first half of the race, and now O'Neill's starting to get a little bit of breathing room.
There's a lost child named Alexander on the grid.
Alexander, your child is on the grid area. Again, Alexander, your parents need to come to the grid area.
Is anybody grid with drivers and crew?
So Joey Miller, 8 laps complete, picks up the halfway sign. 8 down, 8 to go. So Joey Miller starting on the pole. He's on every single lap. O'Neill running 2nd. Patrick O'Neill started 2nd, pretty much running in that 2nd place position. Frankie Lloyd running 3rd. Brad Farmer 4th. Michael Lloyd 5th. 6th it'll be Brandon Wells. 7th it'll be Smith. Balmer running 8th. Cook 9th. Descending running 10th. Maxon running 11th. And Joey Miller right now with a 5-second lead up front. Started on the pole looking for his 3rd consecutive win here in 2011. There's Miller on the entry to turn number 1 and running 2nd. Patrick O'Neill all of a sudden has seen that battle heat up again. Patrick O'Neill had some breathing room in lap number 8. He's got Lloyd staying right on his heels off turn number 2. They'll separate off turn 3. Return. Lloyd again starting to get a little extra energy there as he heads into that hairpin turn. Lloyd in the number 16, running 3rd. Patrick O'Neill running 2nd in the number 2.
Scoring to scales. Scoring to scales.
Oh, Joey Miller got to work around the number 9 of Jeff Maxon. Maxon going to go down a lap to your leader. Meantime, they flip-flop now for 2nd. How about Lloyd finally getting around Patrick O'Neill? So Lloyd's been digging and digging and digging first 10 laps, and he finally gets around Patrick O'Neill. So Patrick O'Neill will drop into that 3rd spot. Farmer running 4th. Michael Lloyd 5th. Boy, Patrick O'Neill and Frankie Lloyd been really battling, but Frankie Lloyd staying on him, finally gets around. Here comes Joey Miller heading into turn number 1. Miller now going to open up a decent lead as he comes into turn number 2. Miller 6.2 seconds ahead of Frankie Lloyd. O'Neill running third. He continues to drop back. Patrick O'Neill 8.2 seconds behind your leader. Running third is Farmer. Fifth, it'll be Michael Lloyd. Yeah, not much out of your 2010 champion Paul Cook. He's currently running in that 7th spot. About a half a minute behind your leader. 6-point second lead for Joey Miller. All of a sudden, Brad Farmer's starting to feel a little powerful now as he works on his teammate O'Neill as they work their way into the tree turn, and Farmer's going to clear him. So Farmer up to third. Patrick O'Neill dropping back to 4th. So youngster is very strong early on. He continues to backpedal as he let Frankie Lloyd get around him. Now Farmer clears him, so O'Neill dropping back to 4th. 12 laps complete, 4 to go. Working on our Box Stock Senior 16-lap feature event. Joey Miller continuing to check out on the field. Heads into turn number 2. Crossing the line, Frankie Lloyd 6.7 seconds behind your leader. Farmer starting to break away from O'Neill now as they enter into turn number 2. So your top 5, Miller, Lloyd, Farmer, Patrick O'Neill, and Michael Lloyd rounding out your top 5. Paul Cook on the tail end of the field. Have some little side-by-side battle. Cook in the 7. Randy Ballmer currently 7th, battling with Cook for that 7th place position. And Cook looks like he's going to try to clear him now. He's going to go side by side again off that tree turn. They're still side by side, a little crisscrossing over as they work through the hairpin turn. Cook in the 7, Ballmer in the 76. So 2 laps to go. Your race leader, Joey Miller, 6.8 seconds ahead of Frankie Lloyd. Farmer running second, 9.6 seconds out. O'Neill continue to fade back. He's 12 seconds out of the top spot. And Paul Cook, how about this little battle there between him and Ballmer for 7th place? They're still duking it out now as they come into that tree turn. Meantime, Miller going to pick up the white flag. He's going to do it one more time. Miller with a 6.8 second lead over Frankie Lloyd, who did battle with a couple teammates. O'Neill and Farmer finally getting around O'Neill. But Farmer running third, O'Neill 4th. That'll be Michael Lloyd in the top 5. So Joey Miller looking to cycle around for the final time. He will lead all 16 laps. And a couple more turns for Joey Miller. There's Paul Cook still doing battle with Ballmer as Cook finally gets that spot away. In the meantime, Checker going to drop. And Joey Miller goes wire to wire. He'll pick up the win. Lloyd settle into that 2nd spot, cruising home 2nd. 3rd, it'll be Farmer, O'Neill, and Tom Smith rounding out your top 5. And our pre-final, again, this is the pre-final. Rotex Minimax, Christian Cole on the pole position. Devin Bowerman outside row one. Ryan Orberg in the number 548. Starting third. Fourth, it'll be Seve DePinto. Fifth, it'll be Hunter Folsom. Sixth, it'll be Justin Gordon. Seventh, it'll be the 29 of Austin Garrison. Michael Billy starting 8th. Sasha Brunweevil 9th. Simon Sykes 10th. Tyler Lindbergh starting 11th. Aaron Bass 12th, 13th. Yvonne Z. And he'll be followed by Olivia Bellinger. So this will be our 12-lap pre-final Rotex Minimax. And Christian Cole on that pole position. Outside row one, Devin Bowerman, Ryan Norberg, Seve DePinto, row two, Hunter Folsom, Justin Gordon, row three, row four, Austin Garrison, Michael Billy. They're going to work their way down the front stretch. We're looking to go green. No start, no start. Ready to go. 12 laps, Rotex Minimax. They've come down to turn number one. We're looking to go green. And they're underway as they'll work their way into turn number two. Christian Cole in that pole position. They'll work a couple carts getting together. They'll stay under power now as they'll get them back on the track. Again, this is a 12-lap pre-final for Rotex Minimax. Continue to see some pretty heavy traffic as they'll work their way off the chicane. They'll work their way into turn number 8. They'll come down the straightaway single file to complete lap number 1. And that 528 machine, should be 548 machine, going to go to the inside. That'll be Ryan Norberg, and he will take that position away. So Norberg going to drop back and pick up another spot. He dropped back to third, and he quickly got back up into that second place position. Two carts getting together on the exit of the tree turn. Apparently they are stuck together now. They'll try to get them unhooked. So plenty of time there. They'll get them unhooked. Both drivers jumped out. They jumped right back in, and one card under power. He'll get rolling. And now that card gets going again, and we'll turn it around. So they are both back under power. Gets them on the track. So Christian Collier leader, Norberg running second. How about Michael Billy now running third? Sasha Bernweevil fourth. Fonzie running fifth. Folsom sixth. Bellinger seventh. Sykes running eighth. Lindbergh ninth. Justin Gordon 10th. Seve DePinto on the tail end of that field as your leader now going to be challenged coming into turn number one. And Ryan Norberg working on Christian Cole. Boy, those two drivers starting to break away. Third place running Michael Billy. Michael currently 1.3 seconds out of the top spot. Your leaders coming through the hairpin turn. Great battle up front. Christian Cole and Ryan Norberg.
Scoring to scales. End up check cart number 29. Stop picking up. No transponder. Cart 29.
Yeah, Norberg heat on your leader as they'll come into turn number one. Christian going to fight him off. Good run going for the 98 of Michael Billy, currently running third, 1.5 seconds position. Yeah, now Michael Billy going to start to feel the heat behind him. Yvonne Z going to close in the gap. Yvonne now has picked up a spot. He gets around Sasha Bonweebo. So Yvonne now running fourth, fifth, it'll be Sasha Bonweebo. And a couple good battles going on. One for that top position. How about this battle for third coming into turn number one? Michael Billy working on that the third place card. Yvonne Z. Yvonne now going to move up into that third spot. So Yvonne Z moves up to third, gets around Michael Billy. Sasha Bonweebo running fifth. Bellinger up to sixth. Seventh will be Hunter Folsom. Sykes eighth. Ninth will be Lindbergh. 10th will be Justin Gordon. 7 laps complete, 12-lap pre-final. A couple of good battles going on, one for the top position, one battle going on for third. Your leaders come down the front stretch. And we may see a change coming into turn number one, and Norberg going to go right to the inside. He's going to clear him as Ryan Norberg, now your leader. Norberg gets a good run between turns 1 and 2, and he'll take the spot away from Christian Cole. So a different leader here with 4 laps to go. I don't know how long this will last for Norberg as Christian Cole stays right on him through the hairpin turn. They'll head into turn 6. Fonzie running in that third place position. Michael Billy fourth. Fifth will be Bellinger. Here comes your leaders off turn 8. So cycling around. Ryan Norberg, your leader, now going to be challenged. He's going to watch that go by as he sees a lead. He'll go right past him. Christian Cole right back. Great battle up front. Christian Cole, your leader now. Z doing a great job as he watches a great battle up front. He starts to break away from Michael Billy. So it's a pretty good racing as your leaders come through the chicane. 9 laps complete. We'll see 2 laps to go this time by. Great battle. Norberg, Christian Cole, as they work their way into turn number 1. Here comes at 99. Fonzie going to join the party. He likes what's going on up front as they'll work their way into turn 3. So Fon doing an outstanding job. 3-cart battle as they work through the hairpin turn. Boy, Norberg going to be challenged. They'll see that position go away. Fon clears them, and now they're going to go right back at it. Norberg gets it right back. So Fon got it to the inside of Norberg. Fon turning fast time 39.057. Incredible lap number 10. And he's about 0.8 of a second out of that top position. So Billy showing in the white flag. He'll cycle around one more time. Yeah, Norberg gonna watch go by as Vaughn makes the in pass, gets him on the inside. So the 99 moves up into that second place position. In the meantime, Christian Cole breaking away. Christian got about a 6/10 of a second lead over Ryan Norberg. And there he is. Now he opens up that gap through the chicane. So Christian Cole will come around. He will pick up the win in your pre-final. And he'll pick up second. Norberg comes home third. Fourth, it'll be Michael Billy and Bellinger going to run out your top five. Getting ready to roll out for your 16 lap on Micromax, Rotax Micromax. 16 lap final on the pole. Matias Ramirez. Devin Boutil will shout out for Devin. Got a broken arm out there and doing a great job so far early on this weekend. Saraceno in the number 10 starting third. Aiden Keel fourth. Joseph Terabelli will be starting in the fifth position. Sixth, it'll be Jason Brooks. Seventh, it'll be Morales. Eighth, it'll be De Niro. Ninth, it'll be James Marsh. 10th, it'll be Jordan Fowler. Ian Keel starting 11th. Lucas Obazak will be starting 12th. Allencher will be starting in the 13th position. Joey Metcalf starting 14th. Luke Genovese starting 15th. Bill Smith will be starting 16th. Sarah Haas did not start the pre-final. The field will cycle around, get them tightened up. Your Rotax Micromax 16 lap final.
We haven't given you that crap yet today. Gotta make up for it. See, that's why you're so current.
Well, the problem about that is I think it was my turn.
Oh,
Oh.
Then when I went to the store, they didn't have any.
Busted.
Yep.
So
Gotta tell you,
I'll
busted.
drive down to Walmart for you, Carl, today.
Much fun. I got to give Nicky his Skittles before he went out on Saturday at the IRL. They didn't tell me.
talking about?
Mickey Andrews. I got
He
to
ran,
meet,
he ran the lights.
Mazda.
Monster stuff. What happened?
Crashed out
Agreed.
turn 3.
Did he really?
3 laps?
No,
Oh,
first
turn.
lap.
Oh.
First lap turn.
Billy going to show him that green flag. We're underway. Rotex Micromax. And some good racing now as they'll work their way through the chicane. And 16 lap final. They'll come off that turn number 8. They'll work down the straightaway. They'll come down into turn number 1. Matias Ramirez going to show the way. In the meantime, sliding up to that second spot. Saraceno in the number 10. And Joseph Terabelli running third. Fourth, it'll be Devin Buteau. And David Morales rounding out your top 5. A long way to go. Matias off to a very good start. And setting the quick time earlier this morning. Right now he's up front as he works his way into turn number 7. Again, Ramirez your leader. Again, Devin Buteau dealing with a broken arm this weekend. Get a little competitor there, Devin Buteau. Again, the field comes off turn 7. There's your leader, Ramirez. Got a little bit of a gap now between him and second place Carlos Saraceno. Saraceno under the gun. May see that go by the wayside. As Devin Buteau going to clear him on the entry to turn. Boy, Jason Yarbrough got some pretty good racing going on. Well, correct, that'll be Jason Brooks in the 24. Well, Jason Brooks doing some battle there with Joseph Terabelli. Good race there for 4th. And Ramirez up front. Devin Buteau right now is set fast time with a 42.039. Again, Devin obviously one of the quicker cars. Got a lot of laps here at Ocala Grand Prix. So Ramirez up front. Good nose to tail battle for that second place position. Devin Buteau in the number 08. Vincenzo Saraceno in the number 10 running third. Joseph Talaberry running fourth. Fifth, it'll be David Morales. Again, Ramirez turning fast lap. He just turned a 41.641 here in lap number 3. There's Ramirez heading down to turn number 1. Still about a 1.5 second lead over Devin Buteau. Saraceno running third. Fourth, it'll be Joseph Terabelli. Then you got Morales running fifth. Morales in the 417 running fifth. Couple carts behind him as those drivers work their way into that tree turn. 4 laps complete, 16 lap final. Field continues to cycle around your Rotex Micromax. And Ramirez continued to stretch that lead as he'll come across the start-finish line. He'll complete lap number 5. Heads into turn number 1 with a 1.8 second lead over Devin Buteau. So Ramirez obviously getting stronger as the laps go by. He'll head into that tree turn. Yeah, Ramirez starting this weekend, race number 3 as your points leader. And he's pretty well dominated the first 2 races. Picked up the victory down in Homestead, race number 1. And followed up with a victory at Anderson as he picked up the victory there. And right now he's up front with about a 2-second lead for Ramirez. Devin Buteau running second. Third, it'll be Saraceno running third. Joseph Terabelli. Aiden Keel going to knock the door down. Moves up into the top 5. So Aiden Keel dropped back a couple positions, but got himself back in the top 5. David Morales 6th. Aiden Keel running 7th. Metcalf 8th. Millsville running in that 9th position. And Jason Brooks rounding out the top 10. Got one cart sliding off the track on the entry to that tree turn. There's Ramirez now heading up at turn number 2. Ramirez opens up a 2.3 second lead, so Ramirez picked up 0.3 of a second on that previous lap.
Go ahead.
Aiden Keel in the 55. David Morales will shuffle there for that fifth place position. As Morales gets around Keel for fifth, so they continue the battle for the fifth place position. Devin Buteau again starting today, tied for second in the point standings. Devin Buteau with the second place finish at Homestead, backed that up with a third place run at Anderson Race Park. Right now, Devin Buteau running second. How about that battle for second in the point standings? Saraceno running third. Devin Buteau running second. Those drivers tied for second in the point standings. That's going to be a great battle. Boy, Ian Keel still doing some battle there with David Morales. And that race for fifth place continued to heat into that tree turn. And in Keel running in the sixth place position. Morales right ahead of him in the 417. Then you got Ian Keel in the 39. So Matias again adds another 3/10 of a second to his lead. He's now 2.6 seconds ahead of Devin Buteau with 9 laps complete. So Ramirez, boy, looking for another finish on the top spot on the podium. Again, is backing it up here what he has done in the first 2 races. Coming off the track now as they come in, that'll be the 54. Going to retire that card, so that car will take it in. That'll be the 54. Luke Genovese retires that card.
Bumper.
So bumper coming off of that cart. So Ramirez completing lap number 10 at 2.1 second lead. So Devin Buteau's actually shaved a little bit of time off there. So we'll see if Devin is going to muster up enough to bring in your leader. There's Ramirez coming through the chicane. Jumped out to that early lead, came off the pole position. He really hasn't been challenged at all. But all of a sudden, as I said that again, your leader now going to come up on slower traffic. There's Ramirez going to work around the number 17. He'll go to the 17. And 2.6 second lead. So Ramirez picked up 3/10 of a second on that lap. Dropped it on the lap number 10. He picked it up here on lap number 11. So Buteau 2.6 seconds out of the top position. Saraceno running third. 55 going to retire that card. That'll be Aiden Keel, who's running in the top 10. So Aiden retires the 55. There's Ramirez on the entry to turn number 1. He'll be closing in. On slower traffic as they come off of turn number 2. Lucas Sobazak in the 1X. Going to have the leader sneaking up on him through the tree turn. Again, Ramirez 2.8 second lead. Boy, Devin Buteau a couple laps ago did shave a little bit of time off that gap. But now he's dropped all the way back to 2.8 second. So Buteau 2.8 seconds out of the top spot. Joseph Terabelli. Saraceno now trouble off that tree turn. Got a couple carts coming off the track as they exit off the tree turn. So move over sign coming out as your leader sneaks into turn number 1. That'll be the 56.
That was a hard hit.
So we will see red flag going to come out. Again, obviously a vicious hit there coming off the tree turn. So red flag. Going to drop here in lap number 13.
Corner worker, do not let any car by you.
again, we'll wrap up your Rotex Micromax. Again, we'll shorten it 3 laps. Again, all 3 drivers are okay. Jason Brooks in the 24, David Morales in the 417, Joey Metcalf in the 4. Got a couple damaged cars, but all drivers are doing okay. So a little upset, but at least they're able to get up, walk away, no problem there. So that'll do it. Matthias Ramirez will pick up the win in your Rotex Micromax. And here's the line 'em up in your Rotex Senior. Jacob Duvall on the pole position. Jonathan Gotide outside row 1. Row 2, Nick Neri and Hayden. In row 3, Andrew Evans along with Brandon Salyer. That'll be row number 3. Rotex driver Matthew Barnaby in the number 145. Overall, starting 8th, will be first in at 125 heavy. Will be Ken Holland. Second will be Gordon Wheeler. Third will be Beatty.
We split these up, easy heavies first.
Okay.
Didn't they tell you that? You're always the last to know.
So again, we are going to split this group up. It'll be easy 125 heavy. That'll be up first. So that'll put Ken Howe and Gordon Wheeler on a pole position. We are ready to go green. It's out. We're underway. So again, this will be your 125 heavy only as they work their way into turn number 3.
Remember, Billy, we split them. That's okay.
And Ken Howland starting this weekend as your current points leader and a third place finish at Homestead.
Go ahead.
And then Ken Howland picked up the win at Anderson Race Park. And a solid run in that pre-final. Picked up the win in the Easy Car 125 heavy class.
Thank you.
They'll cycle around for the first time. This will be 16 laps. Easy Cart 125 heavy. Ken Howland into turn one with about a 3-car length lead as he continues to carry that off of turn number 2. So Ken Howland, your leader. Gordon Wheeler running second. David Tenney third. Meany running fourth. Rich Rosen in that 5th spot. And Parton in the top 5 in the 6th place position in the 55. And Ken Howland continuing to gain some ground. Opens up about a 9/10 of a second lead now over Gordon Wheeler. So up about 9/10 of a second. And Ken Howland starting this weekend as your points leader. Started 5 points ahead of Rich Rosen. Rich currently in the 5th place position, 2.1 seconds behind your leader. Rich with a couple second place finish. A little problem there off that hairpin turn. But again, Rich started in behind Dale's partner in the 125 heavy class. But again, 2 second place finishes, 1 at Homestead and 1 at Anderson Race Park. Rich Rosick sitting in that 3rd place position in the point standings. And just a 1 of 2 drivers that complete all 3 late races so far this season. Ken Howland, Rich Rosen. Again, 2.1 second lead for Ken Howland. And right now with fast lap, just did it here in lap number 3, turns a 38.426, 38.426 for Ken Howland. There's Ken, continue to open up that gap. Boy, 2.6 second lead now for Ken Howland. Keep an eye on David Tenney. He's starting to bring in Gordon Wheeler. That'll be for that 2nd place position. About a cart length and a half going to separate 1st and 2nd off the tree turn. Wheeler in the 54, Tenney in the 66 as they'll head into the hairpin turn. Ken Howland, 2.6 seconds ahead of your leader. Rich Rosen currently 4th. He's 6.4 seconds behind Ken Howland. David Tenney finally getting around that 2nd place car at the 54 of Gordon Wheeler. So Tenney now up to 2nd. All taking do that hairpin turn in lap number 4. So Tenney now 2nd, Wheeler back to 3rd, Rosen 4th, Beatty and Parton rounding out your top 6 drivers. Working out our 16 lap final, Easy Car 125 heavy. And Ken Howland finishing 3rd down at Homestead in race number 1. And coming home with the victory down at Anderson Race Park in race number 2. And right now, Ken looking to get onto that top position in the point standing. I mean, the podium today.
Halfway next time by. Halfway next time by. I don't have to be funny.
7 laps complete, close it in on the halfway point. It has been a runaway freight train for Ken Howland. Ken looking for his 2nd first place finish. And he'll shoot down the front stretch. There he is. Continue to really break it away. And And David Tenney to 66. And you got Gordon Wheeler. That'll be second and third as they head into that tree turn. Right now it's a 5.3 second lead. So here at the halfway point, 5.3 second lead for Ken Howland. Ken Howland turning quick lap earlier, and lap number 3 turned to 38.426. That's been his best lap. He did that in lap number 3. David Tenney fast lap, and lap number 6 turned to 38.655. Gordon Wheeler, his best lap, 39.116. How about that in lap number 6 along with Rich Rosen? Rich had his best lap in lap 6, turned to 38.931. So here he comes, Ken Howland. Moving right along as he heads into turn number 1. Running second, Tenney as he crosses the line, 5 seconds behind your leader. And Ken Howland started this weekend with a 5-point lead in the point standings over Rich Rosen. Rich really not having a lot of success. He's currently running 4th. Rich unable to gain any ground on that top position. So this is going to open up a little bit of a gap now for the points race. Again, they started 5 points separating them as they worked into race number 3. And Ken Howland doing everything he can to protect that top position in the point standings. 11 laps complete. Ken Howland with a 5.4 second lead. There's Howland now as he enters into turn number 1. Howland holding on to that top position, 5.7 second lead over David Tenney in that number 66. Running third, Wheeler. 4th, it'll be Rosen. Ken Howland starting on that pole position. He's led every single lap, jumped out to that early lead. Didn't take him long to get out there. And once he got up front, he continued to break away right now. Well over a 5.5 second lead for Ken Howland. Working on lap number 13 this time by. 13 laps complete, 3 to go for Ken Howland as he crosses the stripe. Ken Howland turned that quick lap in lap number 3 with a 38.426. Since then, he really hasn't done much there. One of 3 drivers in the 38-second bracket, including Tenney and Rich Rosen. Rich turning at 38.931. Did that back in lap number 6. So 2 laps to go this time by. Your leader got a little bit of slower traffic ahead of him. That'll be the number 55 machine of Dallas Parton. Dallas gonna go down a lap to your leader, and he watches your leader come right around him. So no problem there for your race leader. Ken Howland gets around slower traffic, gives him plenty of real estate to clear. So Rich Rosen dominating, Ken Howland dominating here, trying to open up that gap between second place in the point standings. Rich Rosen. Rich currently running 4th, 8.6 seconds behind your leader. White flag hangs out one more time around for your race leader, Ken Howland. Boy, Ken has been on fire here early in this season. 66 of David Tenney going to come up on the 55 of Dallas Parton.
Yeah.
He'll try to clear him off that tree turn. They'll bunch him up slightly as they come into that hairpin turn. Everybody getting around Dallas. Meantime, here comes your leader, comes through the chicane. Ken Howland just walking away with it, just about a 6-second gap down between first and second. And there it is, your 125 heavy winner. Ken Howland goes wire to wire. No problem there for Ken Howland. Just walked away with it. Coming home second, David Tenney. Wheeler comes home third. Rosen, fourth, Beatty, and Dallas Parton going to run out your top five. We'll correct that part and we'll pick up that. He'll be scored 6 for Dallas. So going wire to wire, starting on the pole. Ken Howland picks up the victory. Easy Cart 125 heavy. So moving on to our 16 lap. This will be Road Tech Senior Jacob Duvall. Jacob starting this weekend as your points leader. Has been on top of the game here. I'll tell you, the first 2 races picked up the victory down at Homestead, and then picked up the victory in the, finished second at Anderson Race Park. He is your current points leader, and he's on the pole this afternoon. Jonathan Kotite outside row 1. Nick Neri inside of row 2. Neri into 151, and Hayden will be starting 4th. 5th, it'll be Andrew Evans. 6th, it'll be Brandon Salyer. 7th, Matthew Barnaby in the number 145. Then you got Julian Polk in the 26, Tom Ulrich Jr. in the 34, and Eric Filgaris in the 146. Well, Rotex Senior 16 laps. This should be a good one. Pretty good drivers in the top 5, 6 positions. They'll come down the front stretch, looking to go into turn number 1. Green is out. We're underway. Jacob Duvall going to try to hold on to that inside groove, and he'll hold it on the exit of turn number 2. So Jacob Duvall up front early on as they come off that tree turn. Takes him down into the hairpin turn. He'll continue to hold on to that top position. There's Jacob now, going to work his way into turn number 6. A little short shoot into turn number 7. Then they'll head through the chicane. Jacob with a full cart length lead through the chicane. Midway through the chicane, now they'll come off the chicane into turn number 8. Here they come down the front stretch for the first time. Good, exciting racing early on. Nick Neri on the heels of your leader as they come into turn number 2. Again, Neri picking up the Rotex Senior victory last weekend. Right here at Ocala Grand Prix in the Florida Winter Tour. So Neri, no stranger. Obviously sponsored here by the Ocala Grand Prix. Got a lot of laps here. He can get around this track. Very talented driver there, Nick Neri in the 151. Neri kind of laying back as he stays right behind your leader as they come across the start-finish line. Just as I said that, he goes to the inside. And he's got the inside lane there as they come off turn number 2. And Neri will take over the top position here in lap number 2. So Neri starting third is now your race leader. Gets around Jacob the Mole. Now Jacob under the gun. Here comes Jonathan Kotite going to make the pass to the hairpin turn. So Jonathan Kotite moves into second through the hairpin turn. So Jacob the Mole going to drop back 2 positions. After starting on the pole position, Neri gets him. And then Jonathan Kotite takes him over through the hairpin turn. So Neri your leader. Jonathan Kotite, Jacob the Mole. Then you got the 121. The 127 of Andrew Evans running 4th. 5th, it'll be Brandon Salyer and Hayden 6th. Eric Filgaris moves up to 7th. Julian Falk running 8th. Barnaby 9th. 10th, it'll be Tom Morley Jr. And keep an eye on Jonathan Kotite. He's turned fast lap 37.729 for Jonathan Kotite. Got a couple Tony carts. 1, 2. Neri on a Tony cart. Jonathan Kotite in the 32, also on a Tony cart as they work down into that front stretch. And Neri turning quick lap here in lap number 4. Neri just turned a 37.713 for Nick Neri. And really no big surprise. Neri with a lot of laps here at the Ocala Grand Prix. But unable to get away from Jonathan Kotite and Jacob the Mole. They're staying right there. Kotite about 0.6 of a second behind your leader. They'll work off that tree turn. There's Neri heading into that hairpin turn. Andrew Evans going to gain a little bit of ground. He'll move up into that 4th place position. Andrew Evans in the 127. Brandon Salyer going to move up to 5th. 6th, it'll be Eric Filgaris. There's Nick Neri on the entry to turn at number 1. You got Andrew Evans, Brandon Salyer, a couple drivers on Tony carts. Again, Andrew running 4th. 5th, it'll be Brandon Salyer. Filgaris running 6th. Long-time multi-champion here with the Florida Karting Championship Series, Eric Filgaris. They're currently running in that 6th place position as the field heads through the chicane. 6 laps complete. This will be lap number 7 this time by. So just seeing 2 different leaders. Nick Neri, your 2nd different leader. Took that over early in lap number 2 as he came into turn number 1. Got around Jacob the Mole. He dropped back, and then Jacob was running 2nd until they got into that hairpin turn. And then Jonathan Kotite got around Jacob. But right now, Kotite 0.6 of a second behind your leader. Jacob the Mole now 0.9 of a second behind your leader. We close it in on the halfway point this time. 8 down, 8 to go. Working on your Rotex Senior 16-lap final. There's Neri, exits off turn 8, picks up the halfway side. 8 down, 8 to go for Nick Neri as he heads into turn number 1.
Have we heard?
So Nick Neri moving right along. Eric Filgaris about 6 0.5 seconds behind your leader. Eric currently running 6th. He's out there in the 146. And Nary going to lead the field through the chicane. There's Nary, exits off that turn number 8. He'll head down the straightaway. 9 laps complete this time by. Nary heads into turn number 1. Jonathan Kotite, and then it's Jacob Duvall. They'll exit off turn number 2. Nary with an about 8/10 of a second lead now ahead of Jonathan Kotite. So Nary's obviously picked up the pace. And lap number 8, Nary turns a 37.620 for Nick Nary. The rest of the traffic starting to really stretch out. There's Nary off that final turn. He'll head down the straightaway, heads into turn number 1. 1.3 second lead now for Nary. In the meantime, he'll flip-flop for that second spot. How about Jacob Duvall? He gets around Jonathan Kotite. So Jacob Duvall again, he started this weekend as your points leader. Jonathan Kotite starting this weekend 4th in the point standings. So quite important there for Jacob Duvall to stay ahead of Jonathan Kotite. He made the pass on him. So again, points leader, Jacob Duvall holding on the second. He's still about 1.3 seconds out of the top position. Highly hard to believe now that they'll be able to do anything with Nick Nary. Now Jonathan Kotite going to go right to the inside. He'll make the pass on Jacob Duvall. So Kotite back to second as they work their way into tree turn here in lap number 11. Again, a little bit of rubbing there as Jacob looks to the inside off that tree turn, going to be denied. And he'll stay in the tire tracks of that second place running card of Jonathan Kotite. So no change in your running order with 11 laps complete. Nary with a 1.4 second lead over Jacob Duvall and Jonathan Kotite. Kotite currently running second. Jacob Duvall running third. 4th, it'll be Andrew Evans. 5th, it'll be Salyer. 6th, it'll be Phil Garris. 7th, it'll be Ann Hayden. Barnaby 9th. 10th, Paul Cavalry Jr. rounding out your top 10. And it has been dominated now here since lap number 2 by Nick Nary. And Nary coming from inside of row number 2. Took him 2 laps. They got to the entry of turn number 1 and lap number 2, and he snatched the spot away from Jacob Duvall. And Jacobs find himself in a pretty good little battle there with Jonathan Kotite as they go back and forth for second. There's Nary across the line. 13 laps complete as Nary heads into turn number 1. Kotite with Jacob Duvall all over him and going into turn number 2. And Nary turning fast lap 37.620. Pretty comfortable lead for Nick Nary, well over 2 seconds. He'll come off that turn number 8. He'll pick up 2 laps to go. There it is. Double sticks for Nick Nary heading into turn number 2. Jacob Duvall gets around Kotite again. So that seesaw battle, and that's the 3rd time that Jacob Duvall's been in second. So Jacob Duvall moving into that 2nd place position. Obviously not going to be too concerned with Nary as Jacob starting this weekend as your points lead. Likewise down at Anderson Race Park, Nary picked up the victory, and it was Jacob Duvall second. Again, Nary did not make the run down at Homestead. So the white flag drops out for Nick Nary. Nary going to cycle around for the final time. Nary with a 2.5 second lead. Nick taking over the top position in lap number 2. And he has walked away with it now. So Nick Nary moving right along. He's got to come through that chicane one more time, and he'll pick up the checker flag. So Rotex senior winner Nick Nary will pick up the win. There's that battle for second. It'll be Jacob Duvall coming home second. Good run for Jacob. Jonathan Kotite comes home 3rd. Solid run for Andrew Evans. He'll pick up 4th. Brandon Sale, you're going to run out your top 5. So get ready for our 16-lap KPP junior class. Skylar Robinson on the pole position. Outside row one, Corey Tolles coming out of Jacksonville. Ashley Rogero starting third. Ian Tilber fourth. Austin Jordan fifth. Sixth, it'll be Justin Griner. Seventh, it'll be Eddie Rodriguez. This is your KPP junior.
Tony, could you make an announcement for Frankie Davis to return to his pit?
So we're ready to go. Your final 16-lap KPP junior. Augusta driver Skylar Robinson on the pole. We're looking to go green. It's out. We're underway. Skylar got himself a good little side-by-side battle. Look at Corey Tolles. He crosses right over in traffic and is going to snatch the lead away from Skylar Robinson. Corey Tolles coming down that front stretch, goes to the outside, then crosses over on the entry to turn number 2. And he takes it away from Skylar Robinson. So Corey Tolles coming from outside of row number 1. And he knows got a lot of heat going on up there.
When you need an announcement or anything.
That was a Frankie Davis. As soon as we locate him, he's 7 years old, wearing a green shirt. Name? Frankie Davis.
The field cycling around, completing 2 laps this time by Corey Tolles, your leader. Skylar Robinson running in that second spot. Ian Tilber third. Ashley Rogero running fourth. Fifth, it'll be Justin Griner. The field heads off the tree turn. Good top 3 drivers, nose to tail. With Tolles, Robinson, and Tilber, no big surprise there. And likewise what they did down at Homestead. It's got Skylar Robinson finishing second at Homestead. Corey Tolles finishing third. Ian Tilber finished fourth. And right now, Robinson with Tolles and Tilber as they continue to do battle off turn number 8. They'll shoot down the front stretch. 3 laps complete this time by. You got some young lady trailing those 3 drivers, waiting to reel them in as they come into turn number 4. That'll be the tree turn. That's Ashley Rogero in the 17. Currently 1.2 seconds out of the top spot. She's definitely bringing in the top 3 drivers. And in that pre-final, it took a little while to wind that card up, but once she got toward the end, she started closing up that gap. She set fast time with a 38.043, and she just ran out of time. We'll see if she could get that cart up to speed and bring in these top 3 drivers. They come off of turn number 2. So again, Corey Tolles up front, right behind him, Skylar Robinson, Ian Tilber, Ashley Rogero still 1.6 seconds out of the top spot.
Thank you.
Again, Skylar Robinson in lap number 5 turned fast time with a 38.201. He just did it here in lap number 5. So we'll come across the line. It'll be 6 laps complete this time by Skylar. Gets up front now, and again, he is your leader. So Skylar Robinson up front. So great battle going on here on the track. Skylar Robinson, your second different leader, took over that top spot, lap number 6. And he's up front coming through the tree turn. Tilber toes Ashley Rajero. Ashley 1.2 seconds behind your leader. Yeah, she really turned it up in that pre-final toward the end of the race. She turned quick time in the pre-final. So we'll see if she can get enough to reel in your drivers as they work their way through the chicane. Closing in on a halfway point this time by. 8 down, 8 to go. Here comes Skylar Robinson. Great battle as they come down the straightaway. Corey Tolles staying on your second place card of Ian Tilber. Tolles running third, Tilber running second. Ashley Rajero 1.1 second behind your leader, so she's actually gained about a tenth of a second. Definitely starting to bring him in. That kart seems to really come in toward the end of the race, like it did in that pre-final. We'll see your leaders coming through the chicane. Skylar Robinson will complete lap number 9. Staying on his heels, Ian Tilber, Corey Tolles, Ashley Rajero. That's your top 4 drivers. And Ashley still closing up that gap now. Still about 1.1 seconds out of the top spot. Still plenty of time for Ashley to make some noise there. She holds on the 4th, trying to work on Corey Tolles through the hairpin turn. And Skylar Robinson, one of 2 different leaders. And Corey Tolles showed some bold moves again as he came from outside of row number 1 on that initial green flag. Crisscrossed over on the exit of turn 2, took over that top spot, and he was your early leader. Yeah, and Ashley Rajero now going to work on Corey Tolles as they go nose to tail coming in turn number 2. That kart seems to really come in on the tail end of these races for Ashley Rajero. Right now, she's about 1.1 second out of the top spot, but she's all over Corey Tolles for that 3rd spot. So Ashley looking for a podium finish as they come off the hairpin turn into turn 6. Skylar Robinson still feeling the pressure behind him. Ian Tilber running second. Here's your leader, Skylar Robinson. 11 laps complete this time by is ahead into turn number 1. There's Skylar Robinson. Opens up a good 3-car length lead off of turn number 2. Skylar with his biggest lead of half a second. Meantime, Ashley going to work around Corey Tolles. So Ashley Rajero here in lap number 11 moves up into that 3rd spot. Final podium position available, and that will be right now in the hands of Ashley Rajero to hold on to that position. Here comes your leaders now. They'll exit off that turn number 8. They'll shoot down the straightaway. Skylar Robinson, Ian Tilber. Ian about 4/10 of a second behind your leader. Ashley running 3rd. She's 1.5 seconds behind your leader. Got some space now between her and Ian Tilber as they come off the tree turn. So Skylar Robinson, your second different leader. Corey Tolles, your early leader. Corey's pretty well fading back now as he's running 4th, 1.9 seconds behind your leader. And we'll see if Skylar Robinson can open up any bit of a distance between him and that second place card of Ian Tilber. They'll come across the line 3/10 of a second. So Ian Tilber's actually shaved off 1/10 of a second on that lap. Ashley Rajero 1.6 seconds. She's unable to gain any ground running 3rd.
Can you page Madison Olson back to her pit as well? Madison Olson. No. Huh?
So traffic stretching out. Skylar Robinson getting to hold on to that top position. See if Ian Tilber will try to do anything with them now as they come down the front stretch. No gap there, no change there. Robinson, your leader. Working on your final 2 laps to go. This time by 2 to go. Boy, Skylar Robinson looking for his second top position in that podium. His second first place finish here in 2011. Won it down in Homestead, second at Anderson Race Park. Coming all the way in from Augusta, Georgia. Good little competitor, Skylar Robinson. Heads through the chicane, right in his tire tracks. Running second is Ian Tilber. Good run for going for Ian Tilber. White flag comes up. Skyler going to protect that low side coming into turn one. You want to pass me, you're going to have to go up high, and that's what he's telling to do for Ian Tilber. Tilber can't get him on the high side. Going for that top position in the podium as they'll work through the hairpin turn. Now Tilber going to challenge on the high side. They're side by side. Still going at it. And Tilber is going to be denied as they come off that hairpin turn. So Skyler Robinson up front now as they come through the chicane for the final time. And he opens up about a 2-car late lead. Skyler Robinson going to lock it up here as he comes down the front stretch. Skyler Robinson picks up the win. Ian Tilber coming home second. Ashley Rajero rounded out your top three. So we're ready to roll out your tag cadet. This will be 16 laps. Austin Garrison, your current points leader on a pole position. Olivia Bellinger outside row one. Michael De Quesada starting third. Seve DePinto starting fourth. Fifth, it'll be Jason Yarborough. Sixth, it'll be Evan Cowan. Seventh, it'll be Mayo Livingston. Joseph Tarabelli starting eighth. Fonzie will be starting ninth. Jordan Fowler 10th. Diaz Ramirez starting 11th. Hunter Padilla starting 12th. Chris Maxson 13th. Riley Henderson 14th. Saraceno 15th. James Marsh 16th. Justin Gordon in the 17th position. So Austin Garrison looking for that hat trick. He's got 2 first place finishes in the first 2 races. And he's in a pretty good spot right now, but a long way to go. 16 lap. Tag cadet. Olivia Bellinger starting this weekend second in the point standings. Bellinger's been off to a pretty good start in 2011. Got a 4th place finish and a 3rd place finish. Finished 3rd at Anderson. Finished 4th at Homestead. Ramirez in a 310 starting this weekend 3rd in the point standings. Ramirez with 1 top 5 finish. Finished 4th at Anderson. Michael De Quesada had a nightmare down at Anderson. Finished 14th in the final. Had a great run down at Homestead, had a 3rd place finish. So keep an eye on Michael De Quesada sitting in that inside of row number 2. Keep an eye on him. And get going early on and challenge Garrison. We'll see if he can make something happen as they come off that final turn. Austin Garrison, Olivia Bellinger. 1-2 in the points. They're 1-2 on the front row. Billy going to look him over. He likes what he sees. Shows them the green. They're going to come into turn number 1. Austin Garrison right there in the right place, and he comes off turn 2 as your leader. 110 machine, and Michael De Quesada got a battle with Bellinger as they come off that tree turn. Again, 16 lap final. Your tag cadet. Now we got a couple carts getting together through that hairpin turn. At least 2 carts bunched up as they'll come and try to get them separated. Crew over there trying to get those carts back on the speedway as the field cycles around for the first time. Austin Garrison off to a good start, got a 7/10 of a second lead. Michael De Quesada running second. Bellinger, Jason Yarborough sits fourth. Seve DePinto fifth. So Jason Yarborough's flip-flop with Seve DePinto for 4th place.
After that. Johnson, you okay up there, bud?
Yeah, Jason Yarborough started the season out at Homestead with a 5th place finish, and then it went downhill. A tough run at Anderson Race Park there for Jason Yarborough. 13th place finish in race number 2 for Yarborough. And right now, Jason off to a pretty good start, currently running 4th. He's about 2.4 seconds behind your leader. Boy, Seve DePinto, how about this little battle there? Seve DePinto working on Jason Yarborough, and you got your fancy and that number 599, Evan Cowan. Some good racing there. Going to retire the 81, the 01 in the pits. That'll be the 01. Censo Saraceno going to retire the 01. So far, one leader only. It's been Austin Garrison off the pole position. This young kid, boy, he has really got it hooked up as he heads down the straightaway. Michael De Quesada with Bellinger continue to pester him on the exit of turn number 2. Running solo, Jason Yarborough. Nobody around Yarborough in that number 24, so he runs 4th. 5th, it'll be the 599. Devonzi as he works around Seve DePinto. DePinto now 6th. Evan Cowan 7th. Riley Henderson 8th. Maxon 9th. Fowler 10th. Yeah, and Austin Garrison here in lap number 3 just turned fast time with a 40.404, and he'll cross the line to complete lap number 4.
0-1 pulled off. 11.
So Bellinger going to get around the 110 of Michael De Quesada, so that little nose-to-tail battle going to flip-flop. Right now it'll be Bellinger up to 2nd, De Quesada back to 3rd. So the rest of traffic really stretching out as Austin Garrison here in lap number 4 again. Just turned fast time with a 40.328 for Garrison. This kid's getting stronger and stronger. Opens up well over about a 2.5 second lead for Garrison. Great nose-to-tail battle for that 2nd position. Michael De Quesada and Olivia Bellinger going at it nose-to-tail with De Quesada running 3rd. Evan Cowan, boy, great battle there with Jason Yarborough. That'll be for 4th place. Cowan running 5th. Jason Yarborough holding on to that 4th place position. Evan Cowan really working him over on the entry into that hairpin turn. Great battle for 4th. Yeah, we take a look at the timing and scoring. Lap number 5, Garrison turns a 40.302. No change up front. How about that battle for that 4th place position? Evan Cowan coming off turn number 2, working on Jason Yarborough. Yarborough going to deny him to get around him as they come to that tree turn. Good battle there. That is for 4th place between Jason Yarborough and Evan Cowan. Meantime, Bellinger 2.6 seconds behind your leader. So Garrison continued to open up that gap. 6 laps complete, 16 lap final. Here comes Garrison now. That car's smooth now as he works across the start-finish line. He'll head down into turn number 1. 2.8 second lead. So he's picked up about 2/10 of a second. Bellinger running 2nd. He is really fighting off Michael De Quesada. Again, Michael De Quesada starting this weekend 4th in the point standings. And Had a dismal run at Anderson, finished 14th at Anderson in race number 2. Bellinger's been very consistent, couple top 5 finishes for Bellinger. Finished 4th at Homestead, 3rd at Anderson Race Park, so he's been pretty good here and pretty consistent. The only problem he's got is that number 29 of Austin Garrison. He has not been able to do anything with Austin Garrison here in the first couple races, and right now, Bellinger and Michael De Quesada continue to battle for that second place position. Looking at timing and scoring, 3.1 second lead now for Austin Garrison. Yeah, some great racing. Evan Cowan. Again, Yvonne Z going to continue to gain some ground. He will be scored in that 4th place position. That's between Seve DePinto, Jason Yarborough, Cowan, and Yvonne Z all battling 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th as they work their way to the hairpin turn. A good racing mid-pack there as your leader. Works down the front straightaway. A little bit of bumping going on there between Bellinger and Michael De Quesada. A little rubbing there on that entry to turn number 8, that final turn. Michael De Quesada now going to get around Bellinger for about the 3rd or 4th time. Seve DePinto starting to break away now from Evan Cowan. And Yvonne Z, so Yvonne going to go down a couple positions, and Seve DePinto now 4th. So really, it's a pretty good racing through the entire field. Austin Garrison, lap number 6, turned a 40.212. That is overall fast time through the entire field. What's wrong with Bellinger? Wheel. So a problem on the 10 of Bellinger, has a problem with the left rear wheel problem on that card, so that'll do it for Bellinger. A tough break for Bellinger starting this weekend, 2nd in the point standings. And him and Michael De Quesada, they were really battling. I'm not surprised that damage did not come from those drivers getting together. So that'll do it for Olivia Bellinger, retires that card. So Michael De Quesada now flying solo in that 2nd place position. Got a long way to go to bring in your race leader of Austin Garrison, well over 6-second gap between 1st and 2nd. So 11 laps complete through the field. Garrison holding on to that top position. He's led every single lap. Currently 6.3 seconds ahead of 2nd place Michael De Quesada. 3rd, it'll be Seve DePinto now looking to get himself a podium finish. Started 4th. He dropped all the way back to 7th and kept coming back. And he is currently running 3rd. Evan Cowan 4th, 5th. Yvonne Z running 5th, 6th. It'll be Henderson. Jason Yarborough running 7th. Fowler 8th. Padilla 9th. And Joseph Terabelli rounding out your top 10. So 12 laps complete. Austin Garrison has led every single lap. The battle was for 2nd between Bellinger and Michael De Quesada, but that's now long gone with Bellinger. Problems with the wheel, retires the 10. So we got a cart coming off the track there, off the tree turn. The rest of your battles looks like they have subsided now as traffic stretching out. And they are settled down here with 12 laps in the books, 4 to go. That'll bring in the 24 now, so problem with Jason Yarborough. Boy, Jason had a pretty good run, top 10 run going for him. And he comes off the track in 8th place position. So Austin Garrison, again, he turned fast lap in lap number 6 with a 40.212. No change in your order. Garrison, your leader. De Quesada, 2nd. DePinto, 3rd. How about Seve DePinto trying to get himself a podium finish this weekend? A good run for Seve DePinto. He finished 6th at Anderson. Did not race number 1 in Homestead. So Seve DePinto looking for his first podium here in 2011 in your tank cadet class. So good run going for Seve DePinto. There's Seve crossing the line, heads into turn number 1. Got quite a gap there between him and Evan Cowan. They're separated by about 2.5 seconds. So Seve needs to hang on to that 3rd place position and pick up a podium as he'll head off the tree turn. Boy, Austin Garrison, this young man is just dominating here as we move in on the halfway point of the season. He has picked up victories at Homestead and Anderson, looking to pick up a victory here in your Tag Cadet. He'll work around the 99. That'll be Chris Maxon going to go a lap down to your leader. Gives him plenty of room and he'll clear him. Garrison now going to work that slower traffic through the tree turn, heads into the hairpin turn. No problem there. Gets around him and he'll continue to motor along. So Garrison now with a 9.3 second lead. It has been unchallenged pretty much. Once that green flag dropped, and he's pretty well checked out. Now a 9.3 second lead for Austin Garrison. And he will pick up the win. So Garrison, your winner. Coming home second, Michael De Quesada. Solid run for Michael De Quesada. He battled pretty much the entire race with Olivia Bellinger. So Michael will come home second, 10 seconds behind your leader. And Seve De Pinto going to get his first podium jump there this weekend in your Tag Cadet. He'll come home third. Cowan fourth. Ivan Z picking up fifth. Henderson sixth. Jordan Fowler trying to lock himself up a top 10 finish. And he'll finish seventh. Joseph Terabelli eighth. Hunter Padella coming home ninth. And James Marsh going to run out your top 10.
All right, Billy, no call.
Moving on to your tag junior class will be tag junior. 16 laps, and here's the way we'll line them off. In row number 1 in the 38, Oliver Askew. Oliver turned in a great lap in a pre-final, turned a 36.986. Coming out of Georgia, Agnes Hunt in 11X. Colin Warren in the number 11 starting third. Alex Hornberg starting fourth. Fifth, it'll be Corey Tolles. Sixth, it'll be Brian Lockwood. Morgan Healy, seventh. Jeffrey Lampert starting eighth. Ninth, it'll be Aubrey Duncan. 10th, it'll be Dylan Bucci. 11th, it'll be Sarah Metcalf. 12th, it'll be Matt Blair. Timothy Venable starting in the 13th spot. Kyle Anderson, 14th. Morgan Pagano, 15th. 16th, it'll be Justin Devine. And Ashley Rogero in the number 17 did not start the pre-final. Your field going to take the green flag. We're underway as they come into turn number 1. Oliver Askew really working that wheel as he comes off turn number 2. He'll hold on to the top spot. And they are charging down into that tree turn. Freight train of traffic as they come off the tree turn. Oh, one car going to go around. He flips it.
No.
No. Again, they all.
Justin got sorry.
Again, traffic cycling around. We will see red flag condition.
It was the corner worker out there telling them to stop with no flag.
So again, red flag coming out. Again, we'll find out what driver it is. We'll get that passed on to you immediately. So we'll get some names. We'll get ready to go. Your tag junior. Again, this will be a complete restart. So we'll get them lined up and ready to go. Oliver Askew in the number 38.
So tag
Agnes
clear.
Hunt in the 11X.
Wow.
KPP junior.
They'll be in row number
Scoring
1.
Tag has tag cadet cleared skills and
Cowan
tag
Warren, Alex Hernberg, row number 2. Corey Tolles, Brian Lockwood, row 3.
Well, we got one here that won't make a start. When I get back over there, I'll give you the number. Hey, Billy, they got a starter up here for you. The way that one had to work is he would have to push that go-kart from there to the grid, let him start it there. As far as him coming out here to do it, I can't let him do that.
well,
So the field going to work their way off of that turn number 8 to get ready to go. As it's set for a complete restart. So tag junior. Row number 1, Oliver Askew. Agnes Hunt in the number 11X. They'll come down to the start finish line. Billy going to look him over, likes what he sees, shows him the green. And it'll be a duplicate there as Oliver. Oh, another one. A couple of cars going to get together.
Oh, Justin.
would you go? Never mind.
So traffic quickly sneaking their way up to that hairpin turn.
I think she said tag cadet.
Joanne.
And Corey Toll starting this weekend as your points leader in the tag junior class. And again, Corey Tolles. And Corey not making the restart. Apparently one of those drivers that were in the melee there on that very first lap as they initially started this race.
Thank you. Everybody's where'd you go? Everybody's cleared tech except KPP junior. I guess that's pretty good. They cleared tech in 3 minutes.
Again, I believe about 5 cars had dropped out when that green flag initially dropped. Corey Tolles, Omri Duncan, Dylan Bucci, Tim Venable, along with Ashley Rajero. Ashley apparently damage to the axle on her car. All right, now Oliver Askew can open up a 1.4 second lead over Cowan Warren. Healy running third. Fourth, it'll be Hornberg. Fifth, it'll be Sarah Metcalf. Morgan Pagano, sixth. Seventh, it'll be Jeffrey Lambert. Eighth, it'll be Brian Lockwood. Hunt all the way back into that 9th place position. Justin Devine, 10th. Kyle Anderson is in the 11th spot. Blair running 12th as the field heads into the tree turn. All the way to 9th. He went all the way back to 9th. He started outside row 100.
Oh my
And Brian Lockwood starting this weekend third in the point stand. He's got a couple top 5 finishes. Lockwood finished 4th at Homestead, 3rd at Anderson Race Park. So again, he's off to a pretty good start here in the 2011 season.
That started very last.
Heavy traffic coming off of turn number 1. They are mixing it up mid-pack as they come off of turn number 3. Yeah, 3 cars, 4 cars battling for that position off that tree turn as they'll cycle around. So 4 laps complete. Oliver Askew with a 1.7 second lead. Just turned fast time 37.659. Cowan Warren running second, 1.7 seconds behind your leader. Running third, Morgan Healy in the number 16. And Morgan starting today 4th in the point standings. Morgan's had a 6th place and a 4th place finish. So far in the first 2 races right now, she's doing battle for that podium spot. Trying to get that 3rd and final podium position, working off that tree turn. Alex Hornberg along with Morgan Healy doing battle for 3rd. They'll head to the hairpin turn. Sarah Metcalf off to a good start, currently running 5th. And Morgan Healy, a couple top 10 finishes, finished 6th at Homestead, 4th at Anderson Race Park. And Morgan Pagano, Spring Hill, Florida driver, picked up her first podium down there at Homestead. I believe her first career podium at Homestead, finished third, and then she turned around, had 11th place finish at Anderson Race Park. Right now, Morgan Pagano running in that 8th place position, 8.1 seconds behind your leader. So points leader Corey Tolles is out of this race again. Get together in that problem in that initial green flag drop. So a tough break for Corey Tolles, your point leader.
She didn't have a radio, which
Oliver Askew now opens up a 2.9 second lead for Oliver Askew over Cowan Warren. Hornberg finally getting up around Morgan Healy. So Hornberg now third, Healy fourth, Sarah Metcalf fifth. Oliver Askew just turned fast lap 37.402 for your race leader, Oliver Askew. And Oliver starting today second in the point standings. Opened up the season with a couple top 5 finishes, finished second at Homestead, coming home with a 5th place finish at Anderson Race Park. So he's in a very good situation here to take over that top points position. Another driver that can gain some ground this afternoon, Brian Lockwood. Lockwood started third in the point standings. Couple top 5 finishes for Brian Lockwood. Fourth at Homestead, picked up third at Anderson Race Park. And right now, Brian Lockwood, 8.7 seconds out of the top position, and he's currently running 7th. 8 laps complete. Halfway down, it was at 8 laps remaining. And Oliver Askew continued to open up that gap. He'll shoot down the front stretch. There's Askew, 9 laps complete. Cowan Warren running second, 3.8 seconds behind your leader. And you got a Tony card. Alex Hornberg, 6.4 seconds behind your leader, running third. Boy, Morgan Pagano got a good little race there, working on Brian Lockwood. They'll enter into that tree turn. So Lockwood currently in the 7th spot. Morgan Pagano running 8th as they'll head into the hairpin turn. Good battle there between those two drivers.
That's 2 seconds apart.
Then who's she working? Something like it here. Yeah, Lampert. Brian Lockwood, Jeffrey Lampert will straighten that out. They are battling for that 6th spot. Lockwood currently 7th. Lampert running in the 6th spot. Hunt works around Morgan Pagano, so Agnes Hunt now moves up to 8th. He's battling there with Morgan Pagano, so a couple of good little races going on. Lampert, Lockwood for 6th. And you got Agnes Hunt, Morgan Pagano battling for that 8th place position. Justin Devine and Kyle Anderson both battling for the 10th spot. Those drivers doing very well. Traffic stretching out, 11 laps complete. Oliver Askew turning fast time. Here in lap number 10, turns a 37.181. He has led every single lap. He'll head off the chicane, continue to stretch it out. Oliver Askew looking to cash in big time this weekend, looking to take over that point standing. He'll head into turn number 1. There's your leader. Still about a 4.6 second lead over the 11 of Cowan Warren. Running solo, Alex Hornberg running 3rd. Morgan Healy running 4th, 5th. It'll be Sarah Metcalf, Lampert running 6th, Lockwood 7th, Hunt running 8th. Morgan Pagano 9th, Kyle Anderson running 10th. Kyle in the top 10. Kyle Anderson started 14th, now running 10th. And Kyle Anderson making his 2nd start here in the 2011 season. And a pretty solid run at Anderson, finished 2nd behind Corey Tolles.
Same class as the number 11, which was reversed earlier. Although this is on their results, we're handed anything at the end of the scale. Halfway, or 2 to go.
Sarah Metcalf got to get around the inside of Morgan Healy. That'll be for 4. So Sarah Metcalf taking up toward the front. Boy, Sarah Metcalf got a pretty good season going on. A couple top 10 finishes. 5th at Homestead, 7th at Anderson Race Park. And she moves up around Morgan Healy. Oliver Askew will pick up the 2 left sign to go. This time by 2 to go.
And it was a third.
Alwyn Warren trailing your leader by 5.7 seconds.
9.
And Oliver Askew's really led every single lap. Couple of other battles going on. Pretty good racing between Brian Lockwood and Hunt, along with Morgan Healy. That'll be 6th, 7th, and 8th. White flag going to hang out. You got to do it one more time as he looks to go wire to wire. Oliver Askew coming off that pole position. And right now he'll head to the tree turn with a 6-second lead over the 11 of Colin Warren.
He would start 9th.
Jeffrey Lampard working on the 4th place car to Sarah Metcalf. Good little battle there. That'll be for 4th. Again, looks like your top 3 drivers going to get on that podium. Hornberg, about 4 seconds, 3.5 second gap between him and Sarah Metcalf. And checker flag drops, so Askew will pick up the win. He goes wire to wire. Colin Warren coming home 2nd. Solid run for him. Wasted no time getting in that 2nd spot. 3rd, it'll be Alex Hornberg locking up a pole position. Metcalf 4th. So a good run for Sarah Metcalf. And that'll be her best finish here in 2011. Picks up 4th. 5th, it'll be Jeffrey Lampard. He'll pick up that 5th place position. So Jeffrey making his first start here in the 2011 season tag junior class. And he'll lock up a top 5 position.
Sorry?
Corey Jones? We're getting ready to go for your tag masters. Brad Sanders on the pole position. Francois Brunrevel starting this weekend as your points leader. Will be outside row 1. Row 2, David Evans in the 77. Starting 4th, Ken Holland. 5th, it'll be Scott Roberts. 6th, it'll be Kevin Coy. James McGowan will be starting 7th. Jeff Smith, 8th. 9th, it'll be Sachs. 10th, it'll be Dalton. 11th, it'll be Danny Kaleli. Brad Bridges starting 12th. Jonathan Ewing, 13th. Robert Wright, 14th. Glenn Biggs, 15th. Mark Thomas scheduled to go 16th. Your lineup for your tag masters. So your deal gonna suck around. They'll get a hot lap. We're ready to go. Tag masters. There'll be 16 laps. Brad Sanders, boy, Brad's been on a tear here early on. We'll follow it up with Box Stack Junior 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll wrap it up with our mini max. Billy will send the field around. We're getting ready to go. 16 lap. That'll be tag masters.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Ready to roll. Brad Sanders right next to your points leader, Francois Brunrevel, row number 1. They're working their way into turn number 1. Billy likes what he sees. He shows them green. Francois going to sneak in right behind your leaders. They come into turn number 2. Francois Brunrevel. Ken Howland, not going to waste any time. He'll get up into 3rd. So Ken Howland now 3rd. Ken Howland off to a pretty good start. Ken started 4th. He's picked up 1 position as the field cycles around. They'll come to the hairpin turn into turn 6. Now they'll head into turn number 7. In the chicane they enter. Well, Grant Sanders been on a tear here this weekend. So far early on again, Sanders starting fifth in the point standings. And there he is. He'll take him down into turn number 2 as our leader. Grant started the season, had a rough go down at Homestead, finished 14th overall, and turned it around at Anderson, got a third place finish, and he had a good solid cart, got into the podium finish. Right now, Sanders up front. Your number 12 card is Sanders. Francois Barnwebo rolling in this weekend as your points leader. Finished third at Homestead, had a first place finish down at Anderson, his home track. And right now, Francois got a good nose-to-tail battle, second, third, and fourth as they come into turn number 1. Kevin Coy and that Tony Cart currently running fourth as they'll check off turn number 3. They'll head into the tree turn. Francois Barnwebo holding on the third. We'll see if he can work together along with Kevin Coy, Scott Roberts, if they can bring in your race leader, Brad Sanders. As they'll all come out of that hairpin turn, they'll get into turn 6, they'll head into turn 7. And Brad Sanders flexing his muscles. Right now, it's turned to 38.979 in lap number 4. So he just did it as he cycles around, comes down the front stretch. And your top 5, Sanders, Barnwebo, Holland, Coy, and Evans. That'll be your top 5 as Evans gets around Scott Roberts. So Evans now in the top 5. That'll be David Evans, 5th. And Kevin Coy off to a pretty good start, currently running in that fourth place position in the 6:15. Coy making his second start here in the 2011 season, and a dismal run down at Anderson, finished 16th. Traffic stretching out. Your leader checks off turn number 3, heads into the tree turn. Sanders turning a 38.493, just did that in lap number 5. So he's moving right along, started on at pole position. 6 laps complete. Sanders, Barnwebo, Holland, Coy, and Evans, your top 5, 6 through 10. Roberts, Sachs, McConley, Danny Calalli, and Brad Bridges running 6 through 10.
Halfway next time by. Halfway next time by.
Danny Calalli going to get around the 31 machine. Danny Calalli moves from 9th to 8th, gets around McLennan as they'll see James drop to 9th, and Danny Calalli now in the 8th spot.
Wait, somebody get this guy a cigarette.
Glenn Biggs going to retire the 4. He retires that car. That's Glenn Biggs. Race director here for the Florida Karting Championship Series. Retires the 4 card. Grant Sanders actually getting a little bit stronger now. He opens up a 1.4 second lead over Francois Barnwebo. Kevin Coy, 2.3 seconds out of the top spot. Ken Howland and David Evans rounding out your top 5. Boy, Ken Howland solid again this weekend, currently running in that 4th place position. Ken Howland making his 3rd start here in 2011, had a 2nd place finish down at Anderson Race Park. Not a good start for Ken down at Homestead. That's one he'd like to forget. Finished 15th in the final. But right now, Ken Howland currently 3.6 seconds behind your leader. You're running in that 4th place position, Ken Howland. And Sanders starting on that pole position. He has led every single lap. And he'll head into turn number 1. Opens up a 2.2 second lead. Boy, lap number 9, a good one for Sanders. Turns a 38.279. Did that lap number 9, just 1 lap ago for Sanders. Seen quite a few of these drivers into that 38 second bracket all the way back to 9th place Mark Thomas. Thomas with a 38.563. Pretty good lap for Mark Thomas. He did that back in lap number 6. 6 laps remaining. Brad Sanders walking away with it. They'll head down the front stretch. There's Sanders crossing the line. Francois Rodrigo holding down the second. He doesn't even have a half a cart length to separate him as he's being challenged by Kevin Coy. Boy, Kevin tried to stuff it in there on the entry to turn 1. Had to back out of it, gather it up as Kevin tried to get around Francois Bonrivo. Then you got a big gap between Kevin Coy and Ken Holland. Over about a 1.5 second gap between Coy and Holland. Ken Holland running 4th. 5th, it'll be David Evans. No change there. Again, we'll see if Kevin Coy will try to go to the inside. Francois Bonrivo, not going to happen this time. Both those drivers really getting down close to those rumble strips on the exit of turn number 2. They'll head down into the tree turn. Well, Kevin Coy trying the high side. They're going to try to cross over, cannot get around. Francois Bonrivo as they come into that hairpin turn. Sanders 3.2 lead. 3.2 second lead over Bonrivo. Coy running 3rd. He's 3.4 seconds behind your leader. Sanders will complete lap number 13 this time by. And there he is in the turn at number 1. Francois running 2nd. 3rd it'll be Coy. 4th it'll be Ken Howland. 5th it'll be the 77 of David Evans. Again, Sanders in lap number 11 turned a 38.216. So he's getting quicker as the laps go by for Sanders. Brad going to work his way through the chicane. He'll get out of that turn number 8. That final turn, he'll come across the line. 14 laps complete. Working on our final 2 to go. This time by 2 to go. Working on your final 2 laps. Sanders just turned a 38.176 on lap 14.
Regular white flag is not by. Billy, white flag is not by.
See if Kevin Coy will have anything for second place running. Francois Bonrivo's the white flag hangs out. There it is. Sanders into turn number 1. Francois Bonrivo. And about 2 cart lengths going to separate 2nd and 3rd. How about 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th? They got a good little battle behind Ken Howland. Howland running 4th, Evans 5th, 6th. It'll be Roberts, Michael Sachs running in the 7th spot. Brad Sanders looking to go wire to wire here in your Tag Masters class. Mark Thomas with a pretty good lap time. Turns a 38.176 for Mark Thomas. Fortunately, Thomas about 9.7 seconds behind your leader. Just did it in lap number 14. So Sanders will pick up the win. He goes wire to wire. Francois Bonrivo comes home 2nd. Kevin Coy 3rd. Ken Howland followed by the 628 of Scott Roberts.
I had 86.
Ooh, boy.
It was 900ths of a second.
Getting ready to go to your box stock junior 1, 2, and 3. I want to give a shout out to our president, the Florida Karting Championship Series, Todd Covey. Todd unable to make it out this weekend. Thinking about you, Todd. A good racing weekend here at Ocala Grand Prix as we work into race number 3 for the Florida Karting Championship Series. Seeing Brad Sanders go wire to wire in the Tag Masters class, so he'll pick up the win. And gonna bring a couple of friends with him. Coy along with Francois Bonrivo to the podium. Getting ready to roll out. This will be our box stack junior 1, 2, and 3.
Did you stamp everybody?
We'll be fouled up by Mini Max. That'll be Mini Max. They will run their final next. That'll be Mini Max to the grid. We'll need all Mini Max to the grid. Well, Evan Cowan, box stack junior 1 in the number 4. Connor TB in the number 14. In your box stock, Junior 3, Tyler Smith in the 18, Aaron in the 17. Nash Dunn, box stock, Junior Driver in the number 2. AJ McKinney will be in the number 1. Daniel DeCini in the number 9. Daniel Gabb will be in the number 7. Strobe in the number 43. Bill likes what he sees. He lets the green go. We're underway. Box stock, Junior 1 and 3.
Yeah, Mini Max should be on grid. Where they at?
He's
called.
Hey.
You still have one more class, you know?
I know. Well, I came in to get some water.
It's all right, just make sure.
Yeah. I got it. Carl.
So Evan Cowan up front in the number 4. DB running second. In your box stock, Junior 3, it'll be the 17 of Aaron Smith and Tyler Smith running second. No change up front. Still Cowan your leader. DB holding on the second. About 3/10 of a second going to separate those two drivers. They'll work their way to the hairpin. So all of a sudden, a good little battle up front there. Evan Cowan along with TB continue to go nose to tail. Again, TB, your box stock Junior 2 driver. Evan Cowan is your box stock Junior 1, but again, those two drivers doing some pretty good racing there. Box stock Junior 3 drivers, Tyler Smith and Aaron Smith right now. Aaron trying to work around the 18 machine of Tyler Smith. They got a good little race going on through there. Your leader's coming down the front stretch. Your box stock Junior leader, Evan Cowan. Evan in the number 4. In the 14 Connor TV, that'll be Box Stock Junior 2 driver. Then you got the 17 of Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith in the 17, it'll be Box Stock Junior 3 driver. With 6 laps in the books, 10 to go. The field continuing to cycle around.